Hello and welcome back, hopefully, to the Blitz with AZ and Fitz offseason edition for the week of 4/9/2026. We've got a big show in store. Come one, come all. I wouldn't say big, but very, very intriguing show. We got a continuation of one topic from last week. It was a pretty big one, Rams related, of course, so always big one for us. But we got a really interesting story after we cover that. So we can hop right into this thing. Is there anything you wanted to add or anything before we hop straight in?
No, I'm looking forward to the show, man. NFL keeps us on our toes, even in the offseason when there's no games. There's always going to be a little bit of drama for us to talk about. I'm glad, it's not my team making the drama this offseason, but
Drama.
still early.
Drama is the name of the game, man.
Yeah.
That is the name of the episode, pretty much. It's a couple of smaller tidbits of information. Not really too much to cover with those, but yeah, drama is the show. So I guess we can kick it off with our first topic. We've got Puka again, although it's not as negative, I guess, as last time. Puka checked into rehab. Apparently, he was already in rehab when we were talking last week. The Rams had already dealt with it. That's what I had been given to understand. That he not only was checked in, but he had already been in for a little bit. I don't know how true that is. Maybe the Rams or whatever found out about the bite or something. I don't know when exactly the timeline is for all this. It's very confusing to me, but they made it sound like he had been in for a little bit. But yeah, he's in rehab. And it's very interesting because I was talking last week. I mean, I kind of said it jokingly, but not really, about like they need to put like a no alcohol clause in his contract or something. And lo and behold, the Rams, it's like they watched the show or something. Or smart minds. Smart
minds think alike.
Yeah.
You got the minds of a GM and owner,
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. But yeah, it is the right thing to do, and I'm glad they're doing the right thing. He needs somebody to reach out. You know what I mean? He's not on a good track right now with his life, and this is serious, man. This is serious. What you do now is going to dictate your entire life. And going to rehab is the right call. The details are sparse. The Rams are really good about keeping many of these kinds of things in-house, which is a good thing. But other than the fact that they shared that he checked into rehab, the details are kind of sparse. We don't even know specifically what for, though I assume alcohol.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking too. It has to be the alcohol. Like, you're not going to rehab for biting people, I'm sure. But
yeah,
it's got to be the alcohol. I mean, if it was drugs, I'm sure he would have got suspended by now for that.
Yeah,
get suspended for drinking. I mean, that's a whole other issue. But if it was any kind of like hardcore drugs, I'm sure we would have found out about it by now. And I don't even know the Rams would have tolerated that. Like, maybe they had like a no drug policy type situation.
What do you mean they wouldn't? Of course, the Rams wouldn't.
So if he was doing fucking cocaine in the locker, or like not in the locker,
they wouldn't have cut him. They would have told him to go to rehab. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if he was fucking
the NFL would have come down hard on him. The Rams would not have cut him.
Doing hardcore drugs, I'm sure the NFL would have.
The NFL, oh yeah.
Yeah, they would have suspended him or something. But,
oh yeah, there would be consequences, certainly. But the Rams would not.
You think if he was like shooting up meth, the Rams would be like, you know what? We could fix you still.
Yeah. Absolutely. They would fix him for as long as his prime lasted. Yeah. And if his performance declined, then they would probably no longer give a fuck to fix him. Yeah. That's how this business is, man.
They'll tolerate you as long as your production's high. I mean, that's
exactly.
What any job I feel like is like that. If you're performing, but you're kind of a distraction in your job, they'll put up with you to find a replacement. But yeah, it has to be alcohol. I mean, if it was anything more crazy, I'm sure someone would have leaked it by now or would have got out by now. But it has to be alcohol.
Yeah, maybe it's just the behavior is more consistent, I think, with alcohol than anything else. Like there's an outside possibility it's cocaine or crack related. Highly doubt it's meth. I don't think many NFL players even.
I'm sure if he was on meth, he would have been a little bit more thinner. I feel like his cheeks would have been more sunk in. His eyes would have been a little bit more hollow.
Yeah.
You there would be some signs.
I mean, yeah, and plus meth is not something I associate with the NFL sort of NFL class. Yeah, the rich class.
That's a low class drug.
Yeah, if you can afford, you don't really do meth if you can afford cocaine products. Yeah,
that's the rich people drug.
Yeah. And so this is a good move. It's good to hear. I hope his performance now that I hear it, I hope his performance isn't contingent upon his lubrication levels, because if that's the case, I'm saying, dude, we're gonna have an open bar on the sideline. If you ball out only when you're drunk, then
hey man,
fuck
some people
rehab.
like that. Some people are functional drunk.
I know, dude, and like they get like a drink or two in them, and then suddenly like they take off, man.
It's like fucking superpower.
Yeah. Now, hopefully he's not one of those. You know what I mean?
You seen that? You seen Space Jam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The special secret sauce.
Yeah. His own fucking Gatorade bottle with just alcohol and vodka.
Yeah.
Secret sauce. Yeah.
That's what the Rams need to do, is start giving them placebos, like Puka secret sauce, and all that's in is water
with some salt drops or something like that. Give it a little kick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at least he's open to getting help. It's not like he's like denying it or anything. So that's a good sign, right? At least he's trying to get the help. That's always a great sign. He acknowledged, because the biggest problem is when it comes to addiction is people don't want to get help.
Denial.
They
refuse
to get help.
They don't want out of that life.
That's why they never get better, because they don't want to leave that life. They don't want to get the help. They don't want to improve themselves. They feel nothing wrong because they enjoy what they're doing. And so for him to actually go to rehab, check in without any pushback, big ups to him for that.
Well, the benefit for Puka in a situation like this is, compared to like other people who struggle with addiction, is that he is in a situation where he has plenty to live for. Like this isn't the only thing he's got going on. If it's somebody that's like really into like drugs heavy, it's like they ain't got shit else going on in their lives. Once they quit drugs, like what do they even do? Like they've burned all their other bridges. They don't have any other skills or anything else to fall back on. They're just, drugs is their identity. Or alcohol, whatever it is. And so this is not that situation.
Right. Yeah.
He's got support systems. He's got skills, talent. He's got sort of a family community, at least for the time being. So, good move on his part. Good move on the Rams' part. I'm glad to hear he didn't, like you said, deny the problem or try to avoid it or go to the media and act like it's nothing. Or we didn't hear leaks about, him getting into it with the coaches over this or what have you. So, I have a feeling Sean and Les had to sit down with him, and they're like, look, we're getting fucking fed up.
Did they say how long he's going to be gone?
No, you'd think at least a month, but he may actually stay longer, dude. I don't know.
He expected to return for OTAs. When does OTAs start?
After the draft. Most likely.
Okay. So like a little bit over a month, maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
Is that long? I don't know about. I mean, I never had to go to rehab, thank God. But I don't know anyone that has either. So I was gonna say, how long? What is a good time frame for like the rehab to like work and kick in?
Well, it's different. It's going to be.
I guess it varies how deep your addiction is.
Yeah, kinda. Most programs, I think, would be like a month. It's also a question of how much you can afford too. That's the problem. A lot of people who are addicted can't afford to go to rehab because it costs money.
You drink, right?
I mean, on
occasion, right?
yeah, rare occasion, weddings and
As do
parties.
I had like my going out phase where I would go out bars and stuff and pretty much drink every weekend. But I've never had like the urge or like I could go out and not have like the urge to drink. Like if I know I'm gonna be DD or whatever, I can have fun without alcohol. Maybe he just feels like this is the only way he knows how to have fun is with alcohol, and I don't get that. I mean, I've never felt like I needed a drink of alcohol. I could go. I haven't had a drink of alcohol in like a month or two. I don't even remember. I think it's been since like February. But yeah, man, I don't get how people can just like get addicted to alcohol. I can understand how hardcore drugs because I feel like it does something to your brain, like rewires your brain, the dopamine rush. But like alcohol is just
Alcohol
like
is really no different than drugs, though.
you think so?
You just may not be predisposed to addiction. Yeah, maybe something like heroin's different. Just because how rapidly you become addicted, and a lot of people that start
Yeah.
on dope get like they start, they have some painkiller issue where they need painkillers, then they're pulled off the painkillers and their body's dependent on it, and they're like, holy shit, I can't really live without this. It's so rapidly addicting, so you become physically addicted sometimes before you become mentally addicted, and then once you're physically hooked, it's like, oh my god. So maybe that's gonna be a little different there. As far as alcohol goes, alcohol and cocaine barely even different. Now I don't know about crack. It's like more hardcore than cocaine. I don't know too much about that, how that affects, but like in terms of like the level of addictiveness, the risk of overdose, alcohol and cocaine are very similar. They're actually almost similar in effect too.
I mean, they're social. There you do is a lot of people
Yeah,
do
very
it socially.
social drugs. Yeah, they're similar in
Yeah.
their effect. It's just that cocaine gives you energy and alcohol can put you to sleep. It's a depressant and cocaine's a stimulant. So other than that, that's really the main difference. But they're very similar. You just may not be predisposed to that kind of addiction. So like if you were to go out and do, drink, but you don't require, you're not someone that like requires it or craves it, then cocaine would probably be no different for you. It's
Yeah.
just what it is. But yeah, I mean, some people are more susceptible to it. I will admit, if like there's a situation where like everyone's drinking
You
and
feel a
I'm
little left out.
literally the only one that
Feel a little
isn't,
left
yeah,
out.
you
Yeah,
feel
I'm like,
left out and
man.
you just feel like, man, this sucks, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I feel left out sometimes. Like if I'll be DD, I'm like, oh, I mean, looks like everybody's having fun except me, and then I'm like the one that's sober and like not all social and like oh shit face. So I'm like, all right, and then I get annoyed. Then you get annoyed because everybody's drunk and they're like,
Yeah, then they're like kind of
obnoxious.
annoying. Yeah, a little bit
Um,
obnoxious. And some
yeah,
people are more obnoxious than others. It's like, god damn,
I'm like that
dude.
could be
Like,
me right now, but now I'm on the other
yeah,
side. So now I'm the one that's getting annoyed. Yeah,
yeah. It can be bad. Luckily, my wife, she'll be like, yeah, this time I'm going to go out and drink. And then she gets out there and she's like, actually, on second thought, I hate alcohol. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, so if ever I wasn't gonna drink at some event or whatever, then usually I can rely on her not really doing it either, at the very least. So that's good. But yeah, credit to Puka and good move for the Rams. Good move for him personally. I really hope this all works out. And who knows? This could be the root of all the problems.
yeah, and
We'll have to.
I'm sure he's also aware that big contract was coming up, so he's like,
Oh yeah.
I better, I better act
Oh
right.
yeah.
Apart from this, I could drink all I want after I get paid, but not
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I'd still put a fucking breathalyzer clause in that bitch. Yeah.
Before his game day check, briefing this real quick before
Yeah.
we hand this check off to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're too drunk to drive, you're too drunk to receive this game check. Anyway, I suppose we can keep it pushing to our next topic. Next up, we've got Jalen Hurtz and him calcifying. I saw that term used, calcifying the Eagles' offense. Now, this is I've been hearing about this quite a bit. This is really this past week's big drama story. I'm not totally sure what to make of this because a lot of people have been Oh, my camera's all messed up today. I look like I'm in like 15 frames a second. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. Maybe I'll fix it next time. But yeah, anyway, a lot of people in the media, it seems like, were kind of resentful of this story because how sort of all over the place it was. At times it would kind of self-contradict in the story. And the fact that bothered a lot of people is the fact that it was from an anonymous source. But the way the source was talking, I highly doubt it was another player. Just based on the terminology used, like uncoachable, that doesn't sound to me like it would come from a player. Players don't usually talk about coachability. That's not my experience. So, yeah, sounds like someone on the staff. We don't know who. And if it was just a media member, like a team media member that caught wind of this and kind of built the story out himself, he would probably reveal himself and his name. Yeah. So, yeah, it comes from somebody. We don't know who, and that has bothered a lot of people I know. And a lot of people are kind of on his side, saying this, stupid. This is a nothing burger. It's unfair. But I'm not so sure. What do you make of it?
I mean, I'm known as a Jalen Hurtz hater at heart. So I'm surprised that he's uncoachable. I always thought he was like a very coachable player who just wants to get better because he has gotten better since his rookie year, and every year it almost seems like he gets better. And like this year was kind of like a step back.
Oh, it felt like a massive step back for him.
Yeah. So uncoachable is like kind of caught me off guard as he's uncoachable. He's like not a bad team. I didn't hear he was a bad team, but I just heard like uncoachable. He's not like bought in. And like obviously he had his problems with AJ Brown.
Well, what they're saying is he's stubborn.
He's stubborn,
stuck in his ways. He's not really what's the word? Adaptable to different style offensive play calls. He really wants to run what he wants to run, and he'll often change plays to stuff he wants. He'll change from the play call from something that makes sense to basically mid-ass plays.
Did you hear about that?
What?
He changed the last play of their season this year, and the playoffs against the 49ers, he changed that last pass that cost him the game or whatever.
Was that reported in there? It was that last pass?
I seen that. Yeah, it just sounds like we're out of characteristics. I thought he was like a team player. He was coachable. He's a very likable team leader. But all this makes him sound like the whole opposite. Like, obviously, we don't know him personally. And, if that is true, that he's just – maybe that Super Bowl got to his head. Maybe, that, he did win Super Bowl MVP. He's been there twice. Maybe his ego is kind of overridden him and him being coachable and stuff like that. And that's why it's leading to these problems. I mean, everybody has, especially quarterbacks, I'm sure they all got egos. And then if you win the big game, you get that ring, it's going to be hard for you to be like, you can't tell me nothing because I know what it takes to be a champ. I'm obviously a champ. Been there twice. So.
And there's a lot of points being made about how many play callers he's had. How many, offensive coordinators he's had.
Because they're having a new one this year, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, another
new one. So, I mean, there is a point to be made about that. Personally, see, I'm such a heavy impressions guy. I pick up on vibes. I sort of, I don't know. I feel like I could tell a lot about people's personality sometimes by their demeanor, and my first impression is usually correct. I've learned to trust my gut, basically. And I'm going to tell you, if I was a player, I would not care for Jalen Hurtz' style myself. I think he is way too aloof, sort of introverted, he's detached. Kind of got this too cool for you, too cool for school energy.
School. I hate that attitude, man.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like it at all. And when people say he's stubborn and kind of stuck in his ways or whatever, I could see that. But just based on the product of what we saw last year, it's kind of like, what the is going on? You know what I mean? Like, obviously AJ Brown's not happy, and it has to be more than just like the play caller not being that good or something. Like, something's going on. And, yeah, AJ Brown needs to get out of there.
I'm
Uh,
surprised he's still there, honestly.
yeah, I don't know.
Every
It's
day that goes
crazy.
by, I'm thinking I'm gonna wake up to an Adam Schefter tweet saying Adrian Brown's been traded or so and so, but
Yeah,
he's still there, and I either they're gonna they could trade him after the draft, so maybe they're waiting to see who they draft and then get rid of him. But I'm shocked that he hasn't been traded or he hasn't even requested a trade. I don't think
yeah.
publicly, at least publicly hasn't got it now that he wants to get out of there.
Yeah, maybe technically he hasn't, but
He's taking shots at the offense on how bad they are, so that's why I'm surprised.
yeah,
Now it'd be
man.
more crazy if they trade Jalen Hurts before they trade AJ Brown.
Um,
You think that's a possibility?
but the problem is like who else you got?
At
Quarterbacks are
quarterback
so hard.
to find,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, they're not exactly a dime a dozen. Like they are. Like not all 32 teams really have one. That's what we're looking at. It's not like everyone's got one. And he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's been to 2 straight Super Bowls. That's crazy. So
He's the most important thing a quarterback could do is win. And as much as I hate the way Jalen Hurts plays, I think he's like a very mid quarterback. He does the most important thing, which is win games, and you can't be mad at that. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won one. He's been an MVP, Super Bowl MVP. So he knows how to win games. He just like if you look at stats on paper, you can be like, this guy can barely throw 200 yards in the pass-friendly league, but he makes throws when it counts. He finds a way to win games.
And most importantly, he is good at playing risk averse. He's not a turnover machine by any means. Like, yeah, he may not throw for a lot of yards, but he's not turning the ball over a lot. Man, this year's offense though was anemic. I mean, not only was it bad, it was like boring. Like they weren't getting first downs. You know what I mean? They were taking very few risks. Yeah, man, it was just bad. Like one of the top leaders in the league at 3 and outs and
well, you said
punting the ball from their own territory.
You feel like they kind of dumbed down the offense for Jalen Hurts.
Um,
That's what it kind of sounds like. They're kind of like they can't go all out because of Jalen Hurts.
Now the story is making me believe that Jalen Hurts is stuck in his ways. Not even can't grasp. I think he just doesn't want to play under center. Like it says, I think he wants to play from the shotgun, and he only wants to throw certain kind of routes and route combinations.
Yeah, because I've seen them get criticized their routes for being so basic and like repetitive, and like they don't really do anything to kind of catch you off guard. Like they do like kind of the same formation, the same plays. So if this is Jalen Hurts doing and not the OC, then I don't know why they fired the OC in the first. If it's really is Jalen Hurts, I guess we'll find out next year. If it is Jalen Hurts holding them back, then we'll probably see the same exact thing we saw last year, this upcoming year with this new OC. Because if Jalen Hurts is stubborn, then I'm sure the OC is going to just, well, what else can I do? I'm just going to have to do what the quarterback wants.
And this OC, I'm given to understand, is sort of a Shanahan McVay style offensive guy, so he will probably want to see some under center shit. Another thing he does, with play action, and another thing that Jalen doesn't like as much is running motion. He doesn't like to motion players a lot. He likes to line up in shotgun, and that be the play. When you see the Rams, it's everything. There's so many moving parts, and everything looks the same within, their formations. So, they do so much with, I don't know. The Eagles look the same every time they line up, and it always is the same. Whereas when the Rams look the same, it's usually always actually different, and when they look different, it's because, they have a reason to be different,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe some of this story, honestly. Like, what else could be the problem? They have a great team on paper.
I mean, when there's smoke, there's fire, man. So it has to be some truth to it. Maybe it could be a little exaggerated. Who knows? We're not there personally, so we can't tell. We can only go based on what's given to us. And this is what's given to us, then, I mean, we got to take what we're given. So, yeah, I mean, next year is going to be a big year for Jalen Hurts. Either if he has another bad season, I could see the Eagles probably trying to move on.
And a lot of people are talking about, we're talking about a quarterback that just won 11-6, and it's like, yeah, they won 11-6, but did anyone take them seriously this year as Super Bowl contenders?
No.
Exactly. And with that
Yeah.
roster, they should have been among the favorites, if not the favorite.
They were favorites through like running back. They were favorites. They were favorites to win the division, win the conference, and they just looked flat out basic.
Now,
Basic, I
could if Jalen Hurtz was playing better, would they have beaten Seattle? I don't know, but they certainly have the roster to beat Seattle.
Yeah, they have the roster to compete.
Not even just compete. They could beat Seattle if Jalen Hurtz was playing well. I mean, you think about all the pieces. They have a better running back than Seattle, better offensive line than Seattle. They have star receivers at the 1 and 2. They're really good there. Their defense, we know, last year during their Super Bowl run was really good. Even this year it wasn't bad. It just didn't feel as good because their offense sucked.
Yeah, it's almost like this past year, it's like the team said, we're going to take Saquon away, Jalen Hurts beat us. Because that's kind of what they did. They stopped the run, and albeit, their offensive line wasn't as good as it was. It wasn't a juggernaut.
It was a little banged up.
But still, they stopped the run, and they just basically made Jalen Hurts try to beat us.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, he couldn't do it. So
because they knew exactly what to protect against. Yeah, because Jalen Hurts apparently likes to throw the same shit every play. He likes to throw these perimeter routes, and I don't know. And it's so predictable. You're not motioning anybody, and apparently he struggles with zone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which a veteran quarterback like Brady or Stafford, one of these old school guys, like
they find the soft spots in the zone.
Zone is really what they like a lot of times because they can read it like that. Whereas man, it's kind of like, oh man, is my man gonna beat their man? Whereas zone, it's like, oh, I can read this out and just find an open guy, So, yeah, like a veteran quarterback often love playing against zone. Except for in the red zone, that's when it gets really tough because everything gets so compressed, and zones, it's harder to find soft spots there. But yeah, like you said, where there's smoke, there's fire, and I know the media is really, really covering for him. Kind of. I don't know. I don't know if covering for him is exactly the right word, but they're really sort of trying to dismiss the story for now because he's had such a successful career up to this point, and they believe him to be self-accountable and whatnot. I don't know. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean, I think next year if he has another down year, the Eagles might try to move on. To be honest, I don't.
That would be crazy.
They look what they did with Carson Wentz. They kind of moved on pretty quick from him.
Yeah,
a couple bad years.
That is true. That is true.
And I don't know if that's the GM, Howie Roseman, or whatever whoever's calling the shots, but I wouldn't be surprised if next year if Hurts has another down year, if the Eagles try to maybe draft another quarterback the next year or whatever the case might be.
That is true. Because Carson Wentz had similar personality issues, Yeah. What is it with their Eagles quarterbacks and them being like having Aaron Rodgers energy, man?
Shit, I don't even know. I mean, they don't have Aaron Rodgers play, but they got the energy eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the GM's very chill. I don't know. Maybe it's the culture the Eagles have, the locker room culture.
And it's so weird because Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurtz had a great early career, and then they started to. Usually, when a quarterback slumps, it's going to be in their second year, but that's not what happened with these two. It's so weird.
Fucking what's his name? Carson Wentz was like MVP frontrunner until he got hurt.
Yeah.
But I would say his injury kind of derailed him a little bit. But then he comes back, he plays okay, and then he just kept getting hurt. I think that's another reason they got rid of him. He just kept getting hurt. I mean, he never played a snap of the playoffs. I think the first snap of the playoff game, he got hurt.
No, it wasn't the playoff game.
Wasn't it?
No,
the wild card. He got like knocked out.
The year they went with Nick Foles?
No. Like
Oh, the
the next
following
year,
year.
the
Oh,
following year.
he might have gotten hurt in that
He
playoff
literally like
game.
first
Yeah.
snap of the playoffs, he got hurt, and they're like,
Oh yeah, you might be right.
yeah, I forgot against who they played. I think it was the Bears. It was the team. He just got knocked out, and then that was it. And then yeah,
Yeah,
next thing you
so
know,
sad, dude.
they draft Jalen Hurts. He plays pad. They bench him for Hurts, and then the rest is the history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a very similar trajectory right now that those two are on.
Yeah.
God, this camera, man. I feel like I'm underwater. I don't know why would it do that.
You get a new camera?
No, it's the same
Oh.
shit. It just I must need to like unplug it and replug it, but it's too late for that now. I didn't notice how bad it was until started the show. It's a shame, but what are you gonna do? This is a podcast. How many people are looking at my face anyway?
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can move on. Next up, we've got Lamar checking in for the offseason. Offseason workouts.
Yeah.
Your boy.
My guy Lamar Action Jackson showing up for OTAs on what was he wearing? I Love Jesus sweatshirt?
Yeah.
But in that gospel, I love to see that, man. I love to see that. I'm glad that Lamar, I don't know, maybe more than, just the 25 people. Maybe it's the Rams owner and Lamar Jackson that watches the show. Because I did say if he wants to prove us wrong, show up to OTAs. And he sure did that, man. And I'm glad he's doing that. So hopefully this will lead to a good year for the Ravens. I'm speaking like I'm a fucking Ravens fan and shit. But hopefully, Lamar balls out this year with the new OC. I'm glad he kind of didn't like not show up and like dismiss the challenge that the OC pretty much.
That would have sucked.
That would look bad. Yeah, that
really
would look bad. I
have.
feel like. So I'm glad that he's there putting in the work. Hopefully, setting an example for other players that he's bought in, so they should buy in. Because if he's a team leader, if he shows up, like if Tom Brady shows up to OTAs, best believe everybody else is going to show up to OTAs. Because if he's there and he's the best player on our team, he's our leader, I'm going to show up.
Yeah, especially if Brady's like, hey, I know this is voluntary, but I need y'all here.
Yeah.
You best believe those players are going to show up for Brady.
Yeah. Payne Manning, whoever.
Yeah, Manning too.
Yeah, I'm glad he's there, man. Hopefully, he's grasping the new offense that they're going to be running, and he needs his bounce back year, man, because they did miss the playoffs last year. I know he was banged up, and I know when he came back, they were like 1-5, and he almost turned the whole ship around, the sinking ship. They got rid of John Harbaugh. And if the rumors are true, he didn't like Harbaugh. Maybe that's why he didn't go to OTAs. Maybe he likes this new coach. And
God, but Harbaugh is like one of the most like soft, likable coaches, and it's crazy.
Maybe
man.
It's another Jalen Hurtz situation, man. Maybe we just didn't really, maybe he's different behind camera. I don't know. He don't seem that way to me either. But it's.
But we've seen basically him be filmed through seasons and shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe they just got tired. Maybe he just tuned him out because it's like you've been.
Yeah,
like,
we've lost too much. Yeah, we've lost too much, and you've lost your credibility with me or something.
So something along those lines. But yeah, I'm glad he's showing up for the new coach, new OC. This is a great example. I love to see it as a Lamar fan. I love to see it. Hopefully this is another MVP season for Action Jackson, and they get back in the playoffs. Maybe finally contend for that Super Bowl that he's been chasing after. Him and Josh Allen. It's a race between them two at this point. And I guess Joe Burrow if he's healthy. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because they play in that. I want to say the AFC North is kind of tough, man. I know they got the Browns in there, and
I don't think it's gonna be that crazy this year.
The Bengals. You don't think so? I don't know, man. If Joe Burrow's healthy, that's always gonna be a problem. We're still Rodgers is still holding the Steelers hostage. They don't know if he's coming back. He still hasn't decided yet. I'm sure he is.
But will it make as much of a difference? Like,
I think it will.
Well, it'll make a difference. It'll make like a difference in their final record. But like, will they be a true threat to the Ravens? I'm not so sure, dude. I don't know. Another year older Aaron Rodgers after.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers just. he should retire.
He
but
really
I,
should.
I think he really wants to chase that second ring so bad, and it's not gonna happen, bro. Like that window has been closed for so many years. You kind of closed in that 2021 season at
I don't
that
even
point.
know if it's a second ring for him so much as like the narcissistic desire to remain relevant.
That too, that could be that too. But
Once you retire, your relevance, it's not the same.
oh
Even
wait,
for Tom Brady, it's not the same.
I would say the Steelers don't even have Mike Tomlin, so who knows? I don't know how they're gonna look actually, because Mike Tomlin always kind of kept him at that
Exactly.
8-8, just to float.
Yeah, that's why I feel how I feel. I don't think the Steelers are a serious threat,
Browns,
barring Rodgers' decision
got
either way.
Deshaun Watson coming back. They got Monk, the new coach. You might be able to revive Watson's career, and I don't think Watson's gonna stay with the Browns though. I think they probably feel like they lost so much money with him that even if he balls out this year, he's probably gonna be out of there. And
Deshaun ain't balling, dude. He's
Hey man, he could have a Sam Darnold
done.
type resurrection, man. I mean,
not.
no.
Sam Darnold has a different kind of personality than Deshaun.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson's career is over. He just doesn't. He doesn't have it.
The Browns are gonna play him no matter what because they're paying him like $40 million this year. Damn, that's so crazy.
So you don't think they're gonna ever play Shador?
I think they'll probably play him sometime this season, but I don't think he's gonna be starting into the season. No, I think they're gonna have to start Deshaun because of the money they're paying him.
We've seen enough, bro.
What
What do you need to see out of Deshaun that
40 million reasons to keep playing him? Yeah. So, man, I mean, but with that being said, if the Ravens could tidy up that I mean, they did get what? Didn't they get what's his name? Hendrickson? Trey Hendrickson?
Yeah, Trey Hendrickson, yeah.
Yeah, so they got him. So they kind of tightened up the defense a little bit. They get that offensive line right. Maybe get another receiver. I think this might be – I'm going to try to – not to jinx it, but this might be Derrick Henry's like last year at the top as the top running back because, you know,
yeah,
he's getting up there in age.
He's no spring
chicken. He might
chicken.
decline this year. He might even decline a little bit this year. I mean,
yeah.
So, it's Super Bowl or bust for Lamar at this point, man. He's got to get there.
Yeah, the Ravens are one of the S-Bob teams for sure.
Yeah, he's got
to get there. The Ravens
or
Rams are the two probably biggest S-Bobs. You always want to put the Bills in there too just because.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen needs to get this shit done. But
yeah,
they also just had their coach fired. So you really feel like, bro,
you need to get this shit done. Well, I mean, they both did. The Josh and Lamar, they're like on the same path. They both got their coach out of there. Well, I don't think Josh Allen had a say in that, but I do feel like Lamar probably did get John Harbaugh out of there. And yeah, it's a matter of who wants it more. I mean, Lamar is showing up to OTA, so maybe this is a sign of him wanting it more, and maybe he understands that he's not getting any younger in his play style. Who knows? The injuries are starting to add up. So he probably just wants to make sure he's ready to go for this season. Not playing from a falling behind standpoint where they're 1-5 again this upcoming year. I don't think he wants to do that. I think he wants to get in a really good spot.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, they had that chance a couple years ago. If you remember when they had the Chiefs at home for the championship game.
I know.
That was their game to win.
They had it right where they had them right where they wanted them, man, right in the breadbasket.
They had the top defense. I thought they were going to go. They destroyed the 49ers on Christmas. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is the Ravens' year, man. And because the 49ers were the top team in the NFC that year. And, yeah, man, it was just Lamar couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the Mahomes curse, man.
The Mahomes curse. Because they held them to, like, no points in the second half. The Ravens did. They held the Chiefs to, like, no points in the second half. And
couldn't get it done, man.
Couldn't get it done, man. Fumbles, Zay Flowers, interception, turnovers. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what Lamar does this year with the new offensive coordinator, man. Maybe, you know, he'll get another MVP under his belt. But I don't think he wants an MVP. I think he just wants that.
Yeah, MVP, yeah.
He's got two already. He wants that. He wants a ring.
Yeah, that's what you need. You're not going to alleviate criticism by earning yourself another MVP.
That's going to actually make it worse because, like, you're a 3-time MVP and you still can't get a ring. Yeah, I think he just wants that ring.
Yeah, I mean, if you win both in a season, then fantastic. Yeah. But just the MVP is not gonna move anybody. Yeah, this is good, man. I think like you said, been challenged, and he needed to do this.
He's answering that call.
Yeah, he needed to do this because he a lot have been called into question about Lamar after you had this kind of year. You did not quite look the same in really any aspect of your game. This is not what we've come to expect from you, a two-time MVP. Especially we believe you to be in your prime, age-wise, talent-wise. You know, this is not what we come to expect from you. So we're going to need to see a little bit more effort on your part. No coming in, ducking all the voluntaries, no coming in late, being the last one in, first to leave, none of that. You've got to do better. And it seems like he's answering the call. That's good to hear. I know it's always sucks. It's football, as they always say, is such a grind. Practice is not as fun for football as it is basketball. It's just usually just grindy, and it can be boring. Anyone could suit up on Sundays, but that grind is at times really miserable. And there's a ton of pressure, especially on quarterbacks.
And you hear a lot of players say that too. The fun part is on Sundays. The grind is Monday through Friday or Saturday, whatever.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. Tom Brady talks about that all the time. Like,
I know. I think that's where I heard it from. The fun part's on Sundays. That's the easiest part.
Hell, if somebody just called me to lace up for a game on Sunday, I could still go right now. It's the other days that, like, I can't commit to. So yeah. But yeah, Lamar's got to show, he's willing to do the grindy part. His team needs to be able to believe in him, especially now that Harbaugh's gone, and it seems to be him the reason why Harbaugh's gone. Like, there's going to be some questions about Lamar if he didn't do this, and I'm glad he answered.
I wonder if he's motivated too to just have a better record than Harbaugh. Like, if he sees the Giants are 3-0, I gotta be 3-0. If he sees the Giants doing well,
I'm sure there's
some motivation.
Yeah, there's going to be some
competitor like that. You want to do better than the person that you.
Yeah, it's just like Brady and Belichick. You don't think Brady wanted to outcompete Belichick? Of course,
and he did, and he sure did. Sadly, he did. Man, I was rooting for Belichick, and he let me down so bad.
Yeah, he let the whole public down in many ways.
Man, I was like, Brady's the GOAT, man.
Yeah.
I had to admit it. Once he won that Super Bowl with Tampa, I was like, he's the GOAT. I can't deny it now. Fucking Belichick can't even make the damn playoffs. But
you know what really did a lot of good for Brady to me? And it's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Enduring that roast. Being the GOAT, having that kind of ego, which anyone this good at something is going to have a huge ego.
Yeah.
They probably don't want to fucking hear anybody talking shit about them. You guys are nobodies. Why are you ain't got nothing to say to me, but to sit there and endure a roast on a public stage like that is hard for anybody. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? Because people are going to be digging into your most personal, and they're going to be talking shit about some of your most personal shit that you didn't wish went public, and they're just going to be they're going to dig into you, man. And he sat there and he took it. And after the roast, a lot of the reaction was, dude, I don't know if I could do what he did. Like, I'm not a superstar quarterback or whatever, but, I'm not sure I can endure that. So, credit to him.
Well, the hard part is you can't say nothing back. You just got to take it. That's the hard part. Because if I see someone say something to me, I want to say something back.
Well, Brady gets a – did you watch it?
He at the end,
he had
he
the
finally
finale.
gets to get back at everybody. But in that heat of the moment, I got to, I'm just going to sit there and wait and wait.
You can do little reactions like –
like what was it on Netflix? I think I saw it. Was it on Netflix?
Well, yeah, I think it was on Netflix.
Was it on Netflix? I was like, I remember because Kevin Hart was there. Bill Belichick was actually there.
Yeah. He had some good jokes.
And Robert Kraft, and then the other guy that made a massage joke, and then Brady's like, "Don't say that shit again." I'm like,
yeah. Like,
you're gonna get roasted the whole time, but then you draw the line at Robert Kraft. He wants to get a little rug and tug.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But I think it was on Netflix. I think that's why I saw it. So
Yeah.
that made you like Brady more? Was that?
A little bit, yeah.
That's,
I could not see Belichick doing that shit. I
I
mean, he
heard he,
endured some jokes too.
yeah, I would say, yeah, he took some
He
jokes.
went and he took some heat,
Well,
but
I mean, from what I hear, he's like outside of when he's not in like in the coaching mode, he's actually like a decent like person to talk to. Like he
yeah,
has he has like a good sense of humor.
it's probably a pretty dry sense of humor, but he's probably funny, in his
Yeah,
own
he's like
way.
that monotone funny.
Yeah, yeah,
I can
really,
see that.
really dry and like with a very even delivery.
Yeah.
But some people can really play that off and be funny as shit. So, yeah, yeah, that roast, it really, I don't want to say rehabilitated his image because not that it really needed it, but like if you're trying to appeal to a guy like me and make yourself more likable, because that's the thing with Brady is so everything's so fucking perfect about him, and it's just like, I don't know.
And then you find out he got cheated on.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not only did he get
That was
cheated on
crazy.
with the kung fu master or the jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
coach, whatever.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That's just like a situation where like, how? It's Tom Brady. Like when I think of like the world's like men that could get the most chicks, you know what I mean? I think of like, prime Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Brady. As maybe Zac Efron. To me, that's like the list. And he was one of the four.
Yeah.
And he got cheated on. That's crazy.
I mean, at the end of the day, all women want some attention and time. If you can't give
Yeah.
them that, they're gonna look for it elsewhere.
Yeah, that is true.
Brady's like, I gotta watch film. I'll massage you back another night, and the next, the other night it's too late.
Yeah.
The jiu-jitsu coach is massaging her back. Oh, we're just doing a little jiu-jitsu. He's got me in the chokehold.
Yeah. Well, really what I
Yeah.
think it is he probably told her he'd retire next year, like
Yeah, he did
7
also tell
times.
that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure that too, because he was already like fucking in his 40s, and
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't. I don't think he expected to be like performing at a high level. Maybe he did, and she didn't expect that. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then
but
she was like, "So, are you going to help me raise these kids this year?" And he's like,
fuck them kids. I'm so bald.
Yeah, and, I still got some football left in me.
Ball is
I'm only 45.
Yeah, I can still.
And she's like, on that note, I think I'm gonna have sex with another man.
Yeah. I'm gonna play with a different kind of ball. And I'm
Yeah,
what ball it
I'm gonna
looks
play
like.
ball too. I'm gonna play with more than one.
It's a dirty game, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He'll be all right, man. I'm sure. I mean,
Yeah.
he's already with fucking another model girl that's like half his age, so he's all right.
yeah. I guess him and Belichick really are more similar than they care to admit.
Psychopath winners, yeah.
Yeah, so kind of went on a little bit of a tangent. Somehow we always end up talking about Brady and Belichick, and
I know, right?
I don't know. It just happens.
We're not
that
fans.
way.
We're just observers. That's all. We just be observing their movement.
Truthfully, we just like to talk shit. We like to be haters. All right. Next up, and this is such a minor topic. I really don't have much to say about this, honestly. We're gonna close the show on Kirk Cousins.
And I'm gonna bring a Tom Brady in this topic too, because he
is somewhat involved.
Yeah.
So perfect segue. Kirk Cousins goes to the Raiders, and one of the things you pointed out about this, why don't you?
Yeah, man. Good old Kirk Cousins. You like that, Kirk? That guy.
Kirk O'Chains.
Kirk O'Chains, a man of many names, many teams now.
Yeah.
He has passed
Journeyman.
Tom Brady in career earnings in the NFL with one playoff win. That's crazy. He's up there with Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Tom Brady. I think Matt Stafford's on that list too now, right? For the most career earnings. Let me see.
Well, the thing is Matt Stafford has an argument to be earning good money.
Yeah, I mean, all these guys have a ring. That's the problem. Yeah, they all have a ring. So the fact that he's up there with one playoff win is kind of. I mean, his agent, he's doing
I
dog
know
shit.
that's what
That
I was gonna
agent,
say.
that
Exactly what I was
agent,
gonna say.
I don't know what that agent must be
True
with the mob.
MVP,
He must have some dirt junk blackmail these owners to keep Kirk Cousins on the
or
roster.
at
Not only
least on Roger Goodell or something.
or on Roger Good, or not only does he keep him on the roster, but he keeps him paid, bro. He's not getting he's getting guaranteed money. That's a big difference in his contract. He's getting guaranteed payouts.
Yeah,
No incentive, just straight cash.
and Kirk, his fucking corny ass driving up into practice in his conversion
Gee
van
whiz,
like he's
guys.
just a normal guy. I'm just a normal guy like everybody else driving
Gee
a
whiz.
yeah, like
He,
in my GMC conversion full size van. Like
it's funny because he's like the opposite of like Raider Nation. He's just like
I know
a clean
it's
cut
like
guy.
a cheese ball, like suburban next door neighbor dad. Yeah. Doesn't cuss. He uses it like just he uses the word freak instead of
What the
fuck.
Yeah, I saw that on the Netflix of the
What
quarterback.
the
yeah.
fork? Like, all right, Ned Flanders. Like,
Yeah.
that's basically what he
That's
is.
who he is. Yeah, that's a good similarity. He is basically the human version of Ned Flanders.
Yeah, and so like that's
Hardcore religious, don't cuss. Yeah,
that's why the chains thing is funny because it's ironic, you know. Like he puts
That
them on, and you're
character.
like, you're the exact opposite of the guy that would ever,
2 Chains. Yeah,
wear chains. You know, even I don't try to fucking pull that off. So like, for you to wear them, it's like,
yeah.
Jesus, dude. But the irony in of itself almost makes him work, you know, because he wears them ironically. But
Yeah, I mean, as far as for the signing for the Raiders, I mean, it's better than what they don't have a quarterback. So right now,
yeah, I
this
would
is
argue they
good.
still don't.
Damn. Well, I'm guessing he's gonna be if the Raiders are smart, if they are taking Fernando Mendoza. Who knows? Crazier things have happened draft night, but if they are projected to take Fernando Mendoza, I'm guessing Kirk Cousins is gonna be his mentor, be a bridge quarterback for Fernando. I don't know if he starts his first year. Maybe he'll start like halfway through the year, or maybe they'll just let Kirk start the whole year, and then next he plays well and he gets another contract with another team. I mean, that's my guess is he's just gonna be the bridge quarterback for Fernando and just kind of show him the ropes, get him ready, and then next year Fernando will be starting, unless Kirk Cousins just plays really really bad, and they just be like, "Fuck it, we got."
Which is entirely possible. He's with the Raiders.
Yeah, I would say he is with the Raiders. I mean, they are trying to. I think they have fixed the O-line a little bit, so.
And he got benched with the Falcons.
And I was like, yeah, he got benched. Like we said, his agent's in the Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah, truly.
He needs to come represent me at my work when I need a fucking pay raise because
I know.
he gets the job done, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
he needs to do the collective bargaining for my wife's work. I think
he'll be starting. I mean, he'll for sure be starting over. I'm assuming he will be starting unless Fernando Mendoza like maybe has a crazy offseason camp where he just wows the coaches. But I'm assuming he's going to be starting Kirk Cousins. Who is the Raiders? Oh, Clint Kubiak. Which Clint Kubiak and Kirk Cousins have ties in Minnesota because they were both with the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe he just feels like Clint Kubiak feels like he has that rapport with Kirk. He knows.
They understand the offense.
Yeah, he understands the offense. So I guess if you look at it from that perspective, it makes sense why he brought him on. He knows his offense. He knows what he likes to run, wants to run. So it'll be easier to, get him up to speed with the Raiders offense. That's my guess. But you can only just – I mean, Kirk Cousins is not no superstar quarterback. He's always – to me, he's like a above average quarterback, I guess. Slightly above average. Slightly above average. Was that fair to say? I mean, he's always – gonna like get you in the playoffs almost, but not do anything else after that. He'll give you false hope, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's more accurate.
He'll give you
verbiage. He's a false hope quarterback.
Yeah, crazy coming from a religious guy. He gives you false hope, a religious quarterback. But point is, yeah, he's gonna have a great regular season. He might get 10, 11 wins and have you thinking, oh, we might be able to do something this playoff run. And next year, he'll lose to a quarterback like Daniel Jones and the Giants. So he's going to get you false hope, have you thinking you have a chance, but in reality, you have no shot at all. And that's just what I guess maybe the the team wants is just to stay relevant in some way, be competitive. I mean, the Raiders need to be competitive. That's all they need to do this upcoming year. They don't have to make the playoffs. They're playing a tough division. They just need to be competitive than what they were this past year. So being 4-13 is an improvement from last year. Well, they were 2-15. So
it may not even really be a matter of their final record. It just comes down to how the games feel and how the games look and how they play out.
They go 4-14, losing.
Yeah, if they go 3-14, but the games are like all these one-score games and the offense is productive, they're just getting outscored and some crazy shit, then people will have a lot more leeway for that kind of team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And then a team that's 3-14, but every
they're getting blown out and their offense is just straight up anemic. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like this signing for the Raider Nation, man. I think he'll be a good segue quarterback for the future. I mean, he's how old is he? He came in the same draft as RG3 in 2012. So he's got to be like pushing 40.
Yeah.
Cousins.
Might be about 39, 38, 39.
37 years old. He'll be 38 entering the season. So yeah. So he's getting up there in age, man. I still think he's probably gonna. I think if he plays decent this year and the Raiders let him go, I think they'll. What is it, like a 5-year contract they gave him? I think it's a 5-year contract.
The Raiders gave him 5 years. I didn't even see that. Is it like an option to extend him?
Yeah, it's nothing like crazy. Let's see. Kirk Cousins contract. Yeah, Kirk Cousins signed a 5-year, $172 million contract with the Las Vegas Raiders. Mm-hmm. And he's still getting paid by the Falcons, I think, too.
Holy shit, dude.
Like we said, greatest agent of all time, Kirk Cousins.
Okay, but his guaranteed money is
only
$11.3 million, 8.7 from the Atlanta Falcons for 2026. So a lot of it's coming still from Atlanta. Yeah. Yeah,
so the Raiders didn't.
The last 4 years are largely void years.
Yeah, I was gonna say they didn't. It looks like it's a big contract, and but it's reality like a 2-year contract with the last, or 1 year pretty much.
Yeah,
they got basically a way to if he plays like shit next year that they could just get rid of him.
Yeah, and not take a hit. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a smart move by the Raiders too. I think. Yeah. I don't think Kirk Cousins is probably going to be there long term anyway. I don't think that the Raiders just basically just kind of incentivized, made it appealing for him to come over there. Because I don't think a lot of quarterbacks want to go to the Raiders, to be honest. Truth be told, sorry, Raider Nation, but you all saw what happened to Geno Smith. So they try to, I guess, spin it this way. And he's still getting somewhat guaranteed money. It's not like a whole bunch, but he's still getting paid out regardless. And if he plays well, I'm sure another team will sign him.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's never not enough quarterbacks in this league. So,
the Fernando Mendoza sort of situation does make sense. If they pick him up, he could sort of be a bridge quarterback to that and mentor. It makes sense on paper, I should say. What concerns me about him is that you remember that Netflix show Quarterback?
Yeah.
They also have one that's like receiver or whatever.
Receivers, yeah.
Yeah, and Kirk was on one of them. And it was the season he got benched. Not last year, but the year before. He got benched for
Michael Penix
late in the season, yeah. And I believe, did he get injured? I don't remember him. Was it an injury or was it a benching? I thought it was a benching.
No, because remember, I don't remember. I think they did bench him because he was playing really bad.
I think he did bench it.
He played a lot better this year, I feel like, than he did the year prior, his first year with Atlanta. But, yeah, they did play Michael Penix.
Yeah, so I was watching that, and like I said, I'm a vibes guy. And getting that sort of inside knowledge of how guys are, how they think, how they act, how they respond to adversity in certain situations. that really push them in ways that maybe they've never really handled before. I was not totally impressed with Kirk's handling of it. I don't know if he would be a great mentor.
You know, I mean,
I think he would be more the type to withhold knowledge than share.
well, what you gotta think about with Atlanta, it's a different situation because they brought him in like he was their guy. Like they paid him a big bag of money, and then next thing you know, they didn't tell him they're gonna take Michael Penix either. He was a little upset about that from what I saw in the reports. So I think this situation is a little bit more different because I think they kind of informed him like it's kind of obvious that everybody knows that there is a favor to take Fernando Mendoza with the #1 pick. So I don't think he's gonna be blindsided if they take Fernando. Oh, you guys told me I was the guy for the future. I think he's well aware that he's there to basically prep Fernando Mendoza, as opposed to in Atlanta where they kind of gave him the assumption where you're our guy. We're giving you this big contract because we have faith in you. You're going to be our guy going forward. I think it's a whole different situation with the Raiders where he has an understanding that he's probably not going to be there long term. He's not their answer. And I'm sure they made it clear that he's there to basically be a mentor, bridge quarterback.
Well, maybe there is a little bit of a different dynamic here. I just don't know. I still don't know if I trust Kirk based on my gut. I think he's more the type of guy to withhold information, withhold knowledge, potentially even sabotage the other quarterback's ability to get in and outcompete him, rather than sharing the knowledge and saying, hey, let the chips fall where they may. I'll compete. I'll outcompete these guys. I'll show the coaches that I'm still better. Even if he knows, if I share everything I know, I'll still just play better. Come Sunday, when put the ball on the field, I'll just still be able to outplay him. I think he would use every I think he's a ladder kicker. I do. It's just my vibe.
I feel like a lot of quarterbacks like that. Brett Favre was like that. Yeah. You heard Brett Favre was a huge asshole to Aaron Rodgers when he was a rookie and all that. And then Aaron Rodgers did the same thing in Jordan Love. He's like, I'm not here to mentor him.
Well, Brett Favre, the difference there, too, I will point out there is a little bit of a difference. Brett Favre was actually still really good. And it's like, what the fuck? I'm still really good. Like, you brought this hotshot kid in here, a first-round pick. You used a first-round pick on this kid. I'm still hella good.
I mean, and then the Packers do the same thing to Rodgers with Jordan Love.
Yeah.
And then, and then you hear like Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo. Like Brady wants Jimmy G traded because he don't feel secure. I mean, I feel like a lot of if you're like quarterbacks have the biggest ego. It's been well said by many former players that the quarterbacks have the biggest ego on the team. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does withdraw information. I think a lot of quarterbacks that are probably used to starting and because at the end of the day, you're basically prepping someone to take your job, and I don't think no one likes that. Like if I was training someone knowing that you're here to take my job because they don't believe in me, I'm gonna be a little salty too. I get it. I mean, it's a human emotion to be.
But do you think at this point in his career, if you were to sign Phillip Rivers next year, do you think he would withhold? Or do you think he'd legitimately try to make the next man up as good as possible to help the franchise?
I guess, I'm sure Phillip Rivers knows. I guess it's different because maybe he feels like Phillip Rivers is like fucking 50 years old. So I feel like he knows that I'm about to exit. But I feel like Kirk Cousins still feels like he can still play at a high level or a starting level.
Yeah, he can't.
And he don't know that. Yeah, I mean that's what Tom Brady was the same. Well, at least with Tom Brady, he backed it up by winning a couple more Super Bowls.
Tom Brady had one sort of mid-year where he still made the playoffs and was like, yeah, that's not my style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a 13-3 kind of guy, 13-4 kind of guy. I'm not an 8-9 kind of guy. So I'm done.
So I mean, if he does withhold information, it's up to Fernando to figure it out on his own, man. Just like other quarterbacks. It's not the first time this has happened. It's not the last time it'll happen. So if he does, it is what it is, man. But yeah, if he comes if Kirk Cousins is not an asshole about it and he understands that he's just there to train someone to take his job, he's getting paid a bunch of money. He's already made, like we said earlier, he's made like past Brady already in career earnings with one playoff win. At some point, you gotta be realistic. Like, yes,
Yeah, you almost owe a debt of gratitude and appreciation to the game and what it's provided for you at this point. You may not be able to play as a starter in this league, but like you owe somebody in this league. You need to pay it forward. Like be decent. And I'm just not sure he's that kind of guy. I personally would probably look at it like I'm telling you right now. That's the way I see it. You owe this game and everything it's done for you and your family. Yeah, you didn't win a fucking Super Bowl. Most players don't. Guess what? You just weren't good enough. Most players aren't. But for everything it's done for you,
train the kid. Just train the kid.
Yeah. Help the next generation, dude.
We need better quarterback play.
Help your team. I mean, the Raiders have been so shitty for so long. Wouldn't it be nice if you could contribute to be an Alex Smith? Wouldn't it be nice if Fernando Mendoza came in and he's like the next quarterback to set the league on fire? And when he wins a Super Bowl and his speech, he's like, I really got to thank Kirk Cousins. The way Mahomes thanks Alex Smith. I forget. Did they send Alex Smith an honorary ring or some kind of thing? I don't know.
I didn't hear about it because he was already long gone by the time they won that Super Bowl. So he was like 2 years out of that team.
Well, yeah,
I would have sent him shit. I was like, you didn't contribute. You were the reason we got rid of Mahomes.
But what I've given to understand is that he taught Mahomes. Like he really took Mahomes under his wing.
Yeah,
like that's a really unselfish move, if that's true.
And maybe Kirk Cousins might do the same thing, man.
I don't know. He'll have to prove me wrong.
Christian Kirk, God-fearing man. He's going to do the right thing by Lord Jesus, Savior Christ. Amen.
Dude, Christians are some of the most selfish people. I don't know. Like, Christians refuse, to pay anything in taxes to help anybody. So
this is God's blessing for me, not you. Get out of here.
Yeah. God gave me this blessing, pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And nothing against Christianity, but if more people actually did as Jesus would do, like things would be different. Let's just say that.
According to Jesus, Puka, Jesus wanted him to drink that vodka. So,
yeah. Well, Christians are known to drink, and there was never
wine, and he had Puka sold. I was like, you got me, bud.
Exactly. Like there is no rule against that. Lord knows.
Yeah,
he literally knows because Jesus drank a lot. Jesus was a party guy, so
yeah, that Jesus juice on deck, man.
He's like, oh wait, you ain't got no alcohol? Nah, you do.
Now you do.
Now you do. Let's fucking get lit.
Get some virgins in here. We need to make it a holy party.
Let's get some Virgin Marys up in this bitch.
Oh man, but
about to immaculately conceive these bitches.
Jesus Christ, we're gonna get shut down.
Yeah.
Oh man, hope y'all stick around for that.
I'm about to slay these hoes, and then I'll raise them from the dead.
I'm gonna resurrect my penis. Watch how it rises.
Yeah.
Oh god, we're gonna get canceled before we make it. Back in 2026, the Blitz said this about Christianity. Canceled Fox. We're gonna get our ESPN contract canceled.
Yeah. Shit. Hey man, I was raised Catholic. I'm allowed to talk a little shit.
I mean, I got Jesus behind me.
Yeah,
so
true.
Yeah. So
what do you practice? What denomination or whatever?
I was raised Catholic as well.
Catholic.
I haven't been in church in
neither have I.
Since high school, pretty much. I couldn't do it, man. I'd be like claustrophobic. It's so packed in there. Like I said, I don't like big crowds, and that's where like I realized I don't like. Because when we would go to church, you'd be like knees to knees, elbows to elbows with everybody, and standing and sitting down. And I feel like I was breathing everybody's air. I told Mom
That's strange. Claustrophobia was never my problem with
I
it.
gotta go outside, Mom. And plus, it was like boring. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
that was my. There you
That was
go.
another
Now
thing,
you're
I
more
was
on my level. It was
I was
boring as shit, and I didn't want to wake up on Sunday.
yeah, that's too. I'm like, man, I was
Like those were my non-starters.
I gotta go to church. You want to go to hell? I'm like,
Yeah,
no, not really. It's
yeah.
hot
Like
down there.
when you put it that way, goddamn.
I was like, I guess I could put the control down, stop playing the PlayStation for a little bit, and maybe God will give me another game soon.
Yeah, well,
He
for
sure
me,
didn't,
even
but
that was enough. The threat of hell wasn't enough for me to stop playing
I
video
want to
games.
go.
Yeah. Nah, but I will admit, man, Catholics, we be having
We have
some crazy churches. That's what I do like about it. Those churches are amazing.
Yeah, we did have some nice churches. Plus the cool part, at least for us, like after we go out to eat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go out. We'd go to buffet or something, get some food.
Yeah.
Chinese buffet. I was like, well, God made me hungry on them prayers.
Mm-hmm.
But
I get hungry from all this kneeling down and praying.
Standing up, I would just sit down because I don't even know. Half the time I was like a little kid, so I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
People crying, people clapping, people have their hands up, holding hands with people.
People were crying in your church?
Sometimes, some like the older, like the very serious religious people.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They put their little things under your tongue. I always wanted to try that, the little thing under your tongue. I don't know what it was.
You're talking about communion?
I don't know.
Thing
I didn't do
under
that
your
either. I
tongue.
didn't. They like put, I maybe it's a Mexican church thing, but they put this thing under your tongue and then you take a sip of wine.
Yeah. They were just talking about the communion, body and blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for us, we would all like go in the center aisle, line up, and then do it.
You wait. So there's like a line with the priest. He puts it under your tongue. You take a sip of the wine. I'm guessing, and
yeah, we would all line up. Yeah, we would go to them. They wouldn't come to us.
So you're eating Jesus' body and drinking his blood?
Symbolically, yeah. Basically, it's symbolic of like the Last Supper or whatever.
That's some wild shit. I didn't know that. I thought they were just giving out free for the adults.
Free food. It's like a fucking wafer with no flavor.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it's like a chip. It's got no flavor. But at least for the church I went to, of course, it's Catholic, so like it's got to be real wine. It was real wine.
I'm guessing. Because it was only the adults. I think. I don't think the kids could have drank from the. It was a goblet or something.
Yeah, kids can.
Oh, they could. Oh,
yeah, yeah. You just take like you don't go up there and like glug that bitch. you literally wet your lips because you've got like 200 people to make it through or whatever.
Now you think about it, that's kind of nasty. I'm glad I didn't do it because it's fucking herpes, fucking all these fucking germs in that damn cup.
They do have a towel that they wipe where you drink.
I didn't see them wipe that cup one time. Not once. At least the Mexican church, they didn't wipe that shit one time. Everybody just fucking taking a sip, getting blessed by the priest, walking down. I didn't see them wipe that cup down. I was like, now that I think about it, that was nasty.
Yeah, at least for me, they would wipe the cup. Also, they wouldn't put the wafer under your tongue.
Or they just put it in your mouth,
yeah.
Oh, something, I don't know, but maybe it's just they were putting something else in the tongue. Fucking make them trip. You want to see Jesus? You want to see Jesus?
Fucking dosing your people with acid.
I see him. He's real.
You want to meet God?
Oh,
that's crazy,
man.
Dude. That is crazy.
Maybe I should go by the church just to experience that one time. 100 likes, I'll go to church.
Yeah. I'll go meet Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time for me going to church. Yeah, who the fuck wants to wake up on Sunday and like get dressed?
Well, yeah, Catholic church is only like an hour or two, but I don't know.
It really should be an hour. Yeah, if it's longer than an hour, you're going to some.
Like, at what point, like, does it's like, because I don't read. It's like, what are they doing reading the book? Like, one point is the book, and like, is it like a fucking manga series where they just get new volumes of the Bible? Or like, I don't get it. Like,
it's not. Although there's a lot of shit in the Bible.
End of season. This is the last episode of this chapter, and next week.
Well, the pastor the priest will always tell you like some different story. You know what I mean? Like he'll write like a what do you call it? Like a sermon. Yeah. So he's not reading directly from the Bible. He'll tell this new story and how it relates to Christianity. And sort of make sense of the modern world through his story, and use a biblical lens and a Christian lens to view the modern world. And then there will be a person that goes up to the podium and reads directly from the Bible. So you always have your Bible reading, and you have sort of your priest storytelling, sort of. I wouldn't call it off the cuff because he clearly prepares, but yeah, it's not from the Bible.
Okay.
It's just preaching,
When I recall, yeah, it's like it sounded like he was like, I'd be like kind of paying attention, but not all the way. I'm like, what chapter are we on? Like, what? I'll be like pretending like I'm looking at the book, not knowing what I'm looking because it was in Spanish, and it did sound like, yeah. Now that I recall, it was like it almost sounded like he was just telling us a story. I just didn't know what the origin of the story was, what the point of the story was. It just like I know the story of Jesus, how he died and he rose in 7 days. Like I know all that. So I always assumed like it was just the same story over and over again. It was just getting regurgitated over and over again. And
I mean, obviously they would tell that story a lot on Easter, but that it wouldn't literally tell that story there's a lot in the Bible, man. There's a lot of shit in the Bible.
I try to read the Bible. I got to like I was
like, that's the problem, dude. The King James Bible, it's supposed to be like watered down for more like modern, so everybody can read it, but like, dude, maybe I'm just too dumb, but it can't. Like, I
was like, I got thrown on when they were like, people were living like 1,000 years old. I'm like, I'm like,
yeah, that's all bullshit.
I'm like,
that's all bullshit. And we lost you. I don't know why that happened. Just randomly dropped off.
We talking about man.
He smited. He smited me.
Fucking throwing
that was a sign.
Under down at us. Yeah, we're sorry, God. We love you. I mean, I at least I speak for myself. I don't go to church no more, but I still very much believe in a higher power. I'm more. I guess I would say I'm more spiritual. I still like believe in some Catholic gods like the Virgin Mary.
So you do believe in Catholic God?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I still believe in we call it Guadalupe, the Virgen de Guadalupe in Spanish. But I don't know, man. I just feel like the way I practice my life is don't kill nobody, obviously. Don't hurt nobody. Don't steal.
So let me tell you. Let me give you the rundown and tell me if this is essentially you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you actually believe in the Christian God, so maybe it is different for you. But I act and behave in my life as though God exists. Even though he very well may. Well, I don't even necessarily believe there is no creator, but I act as though the Christian God exists, even if I don't necessarily believe he does.
Because of your conscience?
Well, yeah, we're built in with a conscience.
Yeah.
So the morality is almost ingrained into our DNA.
Yeah. So that's how I am in a way. Like, I'm not atheist per se, but because I do believe in a higher power, and I like to think that I'm doing all these right. I'm living the best life I can morally, and I like to think that once I do pass on, that the heaven is real, and I get to go into heaven and not go to hell. Because I pray every night. I thank God every day for the day I was given, and if I'm going through something, I'll pray about it. But I just don't go to church, so I just feel like.
It's boring as hell, and you got to wake up on Sunday.
Yeah, and I'm like that, and I'm like, well, I don't need someone to tell me how to live my life properly, man. I know like not to steal. I know not to kill someone. I know like don't.
It's more of a community thing.
Yeah,
trying to keep the religion, the practice of it alive,
so I like
the ritualization.
That I don't need to go to church to be told how to live my life properly, like the way I guess God would. God gave us free will, and He just. I'm assuming He trusts us to know right from wrong, and I like to think I know right from wrong. For the most part,
that's really not the point of church, though. It's not really to tell you how to live. I mean, that is like a real big part of religion, but
like some people, because
that's not why you go to church every Sunday. It's more about being spiritually enriched, bringing you closer to the stories of God and Jesus, and the sense of community you get from that, and. Yeah, that's why the churches are so beautiful. You're supposed to go into those beautiful Catholic churches. Those
tax dollars paid off.
Yeah, that's not tax dollars.
Oh yeah, it's tax free. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's just the
Catholic Church makes ungodly amounts of money, and it's
when you put money in that basket, God wants you to put $1 or $2 in here. At least
Even more than that. They want you to put in more
20.
than that. They want you to
Yeah.
put 10% of your yearly or monthly earnings or weekly earnings, whatever your paycheck is. So, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm more. I don't know what I am, dude. There could very well be a creator, just logically speaking, because philosophically, if there's not a creator, you're talking about infinite regress, and if there is a creator, so therefore there probably is a creator. But does the creator give a fuck about us? Probably not. We're kind of a byproduct of whatever, the sort of laws of nature that they created. So like they didn't create any heaven for us, though there could be something that happens after we die. And in my opinion, it's probably like a DMT trip.
I would say I hope for me if I had an idea or what I wanted heaven to be, for me it would probably be reliving the best memories of my life over and over again. Just like reliving all those best moments and just like playing it over and over again forever. But who knows? I mean, yeah, I mean, I heard,
Yeah.
I mean, I seen on Joe Rogan show someone that died and they like temporarily died and what they experienced. It was like, you just feel like so stress free. Like you just feel like you're floating almost. Like
Yeah, like a DMT trip. Like it
yeah.
feels realer than real. That's often what people say. And they
almost
meet
died.
other like creatures and shit, but they weren't afraid. And that's almost exactly like part and parcel what you would expect from a DMT trip. So I think, and I think it's proven that like your brain every night, DMT is what causes you to dream, and then when you die, it gets all released into your brain. And like, yeah, it's not totally clear what that means, but it could very well be like a permanent DMT trip. And of course, your unconscious mind is going to be informed by aspects of your conscious mind. So it could be that maybe you do meet your loved ones in your little dream trippy world,
That would be cool too. Yeah, a lot past members family members that have passed away, you get to reunite with them.
So yeah, if there's somebody in your mind that you think about constantly that passed away, then like if that's like a focal point of your mind, then that may inform your unconscious mind to conjure them. It may not really be them, but it'll be your mental manifestation of them. So you'll remember them, or you'll meet them in their most idealistic fashion. Like they'll be flawless, essentially. It'll be your interpretation of them.
Yeah.
So that could happen. I don't know. That's kind of, if anything's worth believing in, maybe that is the thing worth believing in, at least in my opinion. No.
Yeah, I guess only one way to find out.
Yeah, die.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, not that I want to die. Not that I'm,
no.
I guess, not that I look forward to dying, but I guess I'm very curious to see what would happen. It just sucks that I can't die and then come back and then report back to everybody like, oh, this is what happens.
Yeah, that's why we have those near-death experiences. People listen to them like every day on repeat.
Yeah,
not me, but like. You can tell like people really dig into it because they're so curious. It's one of the two biggest questions humans have ever asked. What happens to us after we die, and are we alone? Those are the two things that we want to know.
Agree.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting into some pretty deep theological and philosophical shit.
Yeah, a little too deep for the football podcast.
Yeah, we might need to call it a day on that. But yeah, it's a fun episode. We made something out of.
It's funny. Me and Fitz always talk about. We'll probably how we gonna get through fill this episode out. We always find a way, man. We always find a way. We're like, oh, maybe we'll get like an hour out of this episode. I think right now we're probably going like hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, we're going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So we always find a way, man. Hopefully you guys find it entertaining. Get you through the rest of the week. I know tomorrow's Thursday, Friday. Cut it 45 minutes a day. Should get you through the weekend. But yeah, we appreciate everyone that sticks all the way through the end and listens to the off the topic of football, because we're more than just football, watchers. We got some philosophical deep thoughts sometimes, and we just share with a little sample with you guys there, a little sample.
Yeah. I'm not that deep, really. I just like to play video games, and
I mean, I do too. But I like to also go off,
Yeah. Sometimes I think about stuff and things. But yeah, I really appreciate anyone that made it this far. Love you guys. Yeah, we were able to make, chicken dinner out of chicken shit. Well, actually, that Jalen Hurtz topic, that carried a lot of the load this week. Let's not lie. Without that, I would have been like, dude, I'm not sure if we should have a pod just for Puka going to rehab, but and Lamar going in for the offseason and Kirk going to
that's big news for me. Lamar fans get excited.
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna be a believer this year.
Breaking news: Lamar goes to practice. Like, I don't know.
I jumped out of my seat when I saw that.
Yeah, well, but that Jalen Hurtz, it's almost as if the news cycle was dry and the NFL conjured something up for us.
I'm sure they'll find something next week. Next week we'll find another crazy news story that breaks.
I mean, it seems
Aaron
like
Rodgers retires. Aaron Rodgers comes back to the Steelers. Well, there's gonna be something that comes up. It just the NFL never fails to keep itself relevant. They're gonna, if they see no one's paying attention to them, they're gonna throw another curveball at us to keep us talking about them.
Yeah, maybe Aaron Rodgers will come out of the closet or something. All right. Something Aaron Rodgers related, right? All right, guys. Thanks so much. And we will, man, hopefully next time I'm not in like 5 frames a second. Like,
you got that console experience for you guys.
Yeah, I'm buffering.
Console players.
All right, it's time to end the podcast. All right. See you guys.
All right, later, y'all.
Take care.